We are live. We are in the third spot here. Come on in and get connected. I'm going to go ahead and click on here for a second and see where all our wonderful people are that are normally here. Look at that. I got a little mirror action going on, as well as I got Scully lit up a little bit for y'all today. So let's go ahead and see if I can get into... Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Come on in and get connected and see. Is that making it a little blurry? It might make it a little blurry. What if I turn this light off? Let's see if it's any better. Yeah, it's a little better. I think it was just too much light. I got some natural light coming in here, so hopefully that will help a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm in a new spot because it just got too hot upstairs in the dead zone, even for me. So it got too hot even for me. And so that is saying something, folks. And I didn't want this phone to get overheated again and lose my live stream again. And so I figured I'd go ahead and start right back from the start. So I'm going to go ahead and share us out here in a few spots. Let's go ahead and shout me out on Facebook. Let's see. I'm not sure if I know the password. Oh, I don't know the password. Let's go ahead and at least do Twitter. See, Twitter's so easy. It's like boom, and there we are. Already clicked on and ready to send. Already sent. Facebook, not so easy. Let's see if I can remember the password. Nope. Nope, I don't remember it. I'd have to go look it up somewhere, and that would just take too much precious time. I got 3 watching. I'm not sure who's watching at this point. I'm going to go ahead and refresh because it's not in the chat right now. So let's see who we got coming in. Sally, come on in, Miss Sally. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the new third spot for us here on Average AJPT. This spot is my third and final spot. I got moved from my spot where I normally do my live streams to the dead zone. Hi, Miss Ernie. And I got moved from the dead zone to here. This is where I did my first video. If you look way back in November of last year when I did my first video, oh, we already got a connection here. Look at that. Miss Ernie Hatmaker says, hello, Miss Sally. Hello. Hi, everyone. Teacher's Bot. I'm so sorry I didn't shout out to you yesterday, Miss Teacher's Bot. I didn't realize it. I scrolled up and there was your call sign, I call it here, Teacher's Bot. And so I'm so sorry I didn't get to shout you out yesterday. I didn't realize it. Of course, I was almost passing out because it was so hot. So it was so hot that my phone got overheated. So that's how hot it got up there. So I'm here, and I think I just realized this, y'all, that this is my wife's makeup studio, as you can obviously see. But she doesn't even use this little light lamp anymore. This is perfect for Scully. Look at him light up underneath this light here. This is perfect for him. So I think I might steal this from her. Shh, don't tell anybody. But I think this is gonna be Scully's new stand. I just literally fell on it. It just perfect. It's perfect for him. So, At Sally Grino, absolutely. Hello, Ernie, Miss Hatmaker. Hope you're doing okay. Miss Sally says, teacher's bot. This is English teacher in France. Oh, okay. I was wondering if this was your other channel. I kind of like, you know, they sound similar, but you know, there's so many channels. There's millions and millions of channels out there. It's hard to tell if they were from the same provider or not. So I'm glad that you said that it was. So I got beautiful 7 people watching. I shared myself out to at least Twitter. I should probably share myself out as a post, shouldn't I? That would probably make sense. We're going to talk about the spine. We're going to talk about the shoulder blade that's behind me on my left shoulder. You're right facing my left shoulder. And we're going to talk about the disc a little bit more if you want to. So we're going to talk about all the parts of the spine and disc and treatments for that today. If you have any questions, go ahead and shout them out. Australian Stacker, hello, beautiful ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. Come on in and get connected. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully we can get some more people in here. I'm going to go ahead and share us in a post. I should have done that earlier. I did share us out on the Twitter world, which probably Miss Ernie Hatmaker, or she's got me on Isabel, Miss Ernie Hatmaker and her wonderful husband, Ed's attention to detail. Ed just got pinstripe in his white truck. I saw this morning, and Miss Ernie was just picking on him something fierce. Come on, and we are all here. Get connected. Also, talking about the spine. All right, posted, and it's up in the ether. Wherever that may be. On a server somewhere out in Australia, maybe. Out there, maybe Aussie land. All right, so we have 5 in the house, people kind of coming back and forth, hopefully getting connected. But if you have any questions, go ahead and shout them out at any time. Hopefully I can help you a little bit. Anyways, we will cross our fingers and see. I got Pina, Lena, USA 26, at Bot Teachers, at Crenell. All right, so she is coming out or calling out to you, Miss Teacher's Bot, or the English teacher from France. All right. So, I had started talking about my first video, the disc itself, what's it kind of made out of, what are some disc issues, the stages of a disc and how it kind of wears. And so there was 4 stages to that. I talked about some myotome charts, which are muscles related to the nerves in our spine. Let me move this over a little bit so I feel like I'm kind of hiding the spine itself at this point, and that's not my intent. Here we go, put that right there. So I talked about the nerves coming down. Let's go ahead and flip this around. Let's see if that's too dark. No, that's just fine. Oh, Nikon Shop is in the house. Come on in, Nikon Shop. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Thank you for stopping by. Much love appreciated. Hopefully we got some people in here. Hopefully you can get connected a little bit. We're talking about the spine. We're talking about the disc a little bit, as well as that shoulder blade behind me. Scully's here hanging out in his new light stand. Australian Stacker says, hi, y'all. With a rose. With a beautiful rose. Oh, Miss Ernie Hatmaker's going into Nikon. Oh, thank you so much. Nikon Shop shared me out. Bebs Euro, shout out. New to your house. Beautiful expressions. Yes. Alternative Tongues is in the house. Thank you so much, Nikon Shops, and much love to you. Thank you so much. Alternative Tongues, just giving you a thumbs up. This guy's working all the time now, Alternative Tongues, excuse me. If you see his channel, hopefully go and get connected. He's amazing. He does live streams, as well as he does do some skits and some funny stuff on his channel. Bebs Euro is new. Hopefully you can subscribe, hit the bell. I bring content Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays as live streams. I do my drop shows with Scully here on Sundays, and hopefully you get connected in here. Hopefully if you go ahead and leave a note, comment, I can go ahead and connect to you and ring the bell. Anybody who comes to my live streams, I gotta ring the bell for come and watch your content. Everybody here knows I go and watch their content. Everybody hopefully should know that I try to get you at least once a week or at least twice a week, depending on how many videos you've kind of thrown out there. So I have over 1,600 subscribers, so I try and get to everybody I possibly can. But I'm hoping people in here can vouch for me that I do come and see other people's videos and content and try and leave appropriate comments. And so, anyways, that's enough about me. All right, let's go ahead. And Nakon is saying, Pina Lena, Pinyai Lena USA, hello. Alternative Tongue says, Ernie Hatmaker, hello to you. All right, so I have 8 in the chat right now. So let's go ahead. So we talked about the nerves and those nerves that run down from the spine. And as I can show, since it's nice and bright down here, Pina Lena USA 26, hello to you. So Alternative Tongues, there's a good connection between the both of you. Wonderful. So this is nice and illuminated. This is your spinal cord representation. And then the nerves on each side coming off your spinal cord is actually called your peripheral nerves. Hi, Melina Sweden. How you doing, sweetie? I see you got a new, did you hit the 9,000, is it, subscriber, my dear? She does wonderful live streams. She is really sweet. She's got a little bit of her shtick, I think, is her laughter, I think, and her, obviously she's wonderful. She does live streams a lot, so if you want to get connected to other people, definitely she's a person you're going to want to go see because she does them consistently and often, and so you definitely want to go by her. I see her. I try and see a live stream of hers at least once a week if I can, as much as humanly possible. But you definitely want to get connected with her. She's awesome, and right now she's already. I'm pretty sure Melina Ernie must know Melina. I'd be shocked if Miss Ernie did not know her. Anyways, so we were talking. Thank you so much for coming, my dear. If you could share me out, I mean, she's got 9,000 people. Hopefully, 1 or 2 of them will want to come and see me. I'm not stealing them. I just want to share them with you. Anyways, my content's all about this. It's nowhere near any of her content. Who else has a talking skull? That's what I want to know. All right, so we were talking about the spinal cord, and we're talking about the nerves that come off the spinal cord. And as you can see, I'm going to show here a little demonstration. As that disc gets bulging, it starts to come out, and it can actually compress onto the nerve between that bone and the nerve. And you can see where you get that. This is, at this point, would be a herniation. So this point would be a bulge where you see that the disc is not pushing onto the nerve, and this is a herniation. So it's pushing right on that nerve. Hi, BET, Brown-Eyed Trucker. Hi, sweetie. How you doing? Welcome to the live stream. BET is in the house. She is a wonderful truck driver, does all types of videos in regards to that, her experiences in that particular genre or niche, whatever you want to call it. And she comes. She is very loyal. She does videos. She hasn't done any live streams as far as I know, but she does do edited videos, and they are very cool. She definitely knows how to edit a video quite nicely. Music, all the stuff that you would think of that you would see. She does a lot of text in the video and stuff like that, and so that's nice to see. So I'm glad that she came by. Oh, Miss Sweden shared me out. Thank you so much, my dear. Thank you so much for coming by and sharing your subscribers and your viewerships with me. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, we got Nakon Shop saying BET, hello. Look at, we're getting some good connections here already, and we haven't even done much of the live stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, and can't wait to see your next live stream. All right, and so we're talking about how that disc really pushes out onto that nerve. Hello there, hope you are well. Miss Ernie Hatmaker with BET. And so the disc itself here, as long as it can go back in, a lot of times it'll scar up in there and it'll kind of hold in place. What happens a lot of times is this nerve gets inflamed and gets swollen. And next thing you know, it starts shooting pain down your leg. Familiabilia? What? Familiabilia? You gotta be kidding me, brother. Much love to my boy, Familiabilia USA, coming in with the small live streamer here this morning. This guy, I am actually a member of his channel. He does live streams like nobody's business. if you want to get connected who speak Portuguese, I think Spanish. He says he speaks 5 different languages, and I'm certain he does. He's got 18, 20,000 subscribers. He's just rocking the world. He does live streams. He does every once in a while. I see an edited video, but he does mainly live streams, and you know, he gives shout outs. He does all that kind of stuff. He does music in the background, which is really cool. And so Familia Abilia USA coming here to Average Joe PT live stream first time. So if you want to get connected to someone that's definitely going to blow up your channel, like some other wonderful viewers in here and subscribers, you got to get connected to these people if you want to get your channel larger, if you want to spread your knowledge and your connections to other people around the world, not just in your little niche. In my instance, not in just the physical therapy or pain management realm. You got to spread yourself out there. Otherwise, you're just going to dry up or burn out or get mad or depressed or whatever emotion you want to express with it. So you definitely got to get connected with these people that have much larger channels, that have their fingers out to a lot of other people, like Miss Sweden, Melina Sweden there, Mr. Familia Abilia. I got Ruben in here. I have Miss Creative Nikki's in the house. That sweet lady does all types of grooming with hair pieces. She loves to do them outside. She'll show you how to make a hair piece, how to cut it up, how to style it all. So if you want to get that kind of content, which you should, you need to go over there and see her. Miss Creative Nikki, she does edited videos. So you definitely, I'm sure she does some live streams. Some of her videos seem like live streams. They're fairly long. So sometimes I watch about 10 minutes and then I just leave it playing in the background. So I'm at the end of the video and I've already typed in my comment. I'm like, oh shoot, I missed a few minutes. I'm not sure what else to comment. So I just hit click. So needless to say, I try and watch at least 50-60% of people's videos that I watch. At least that amount if I can. But anyways, that's enough about me. Oh, I got some connections with Familia Abilia. Oh, beautiful. I got Anna coming on in here. Thank you so much. Welcome. I got Ruben in here. Obviously, Ruben from last time I did my live stream, which was yesterday. I do my live streams Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I drop my edited videos with Scully on Sunday. I've been doing that for about 4 weeks now. So you can go ahead, hopefully, some of these people here that are new, you can get connected. I know Mr. Familia Abilia is already getting some connections. He knows the biz. I mean, you want to talk to someone that does live streams, that can do live streams like nobody else? Familia Abilia USA. It's that simple. If you don't know this guy, you should have already known who he is. Miss Creative Nikki, Scully says hello to you too. He only likes to talk on Sundays. I think it must be a religious thing or something because he only wants to talk during my edited videos. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll get him talking during my live stream and then you'll all go bonkers when that happens. Because at some point I will be upgrading Scully. That means he will be animatronic. What? Yes, right. He will be walking. No, not walking. But he will be moving his head. His eyes will be moving and glowing. He will be talking. His mouth will be opening and closing. So at some point, Mr. Scully over there will get a reboot or whatever you want to call it. So, all right. Happy 9K. Look at that. Now she's, Miss Melina, she's already kicked in her live stream. Look at that. She was nice enough to come over me right before her live stream. Miss Nikki says, oh, we got a connection there. Beautiful connection. Ruben, Nikki says hi. Lots of laughs. BET says Familia Abilia. Cash App or PayPal. DOE. At Familia DOE. Hopefully it's not DOA, dead on arrival. Always, brothers. Thank you so much, Mr. Familia Abilia. I know he's a busy man, but I like to tell you, man, if you're not watching his stuff, then you're probably not going to get that, you know. Everybody needs help. He probably needed help at one time, too, when he was a smaller YouTuber, you know, and live streamer. That's just the reality, you know, and he's going to help you. He's helped me so much, it's ridiculous. You know, he really has gone on his way to really help. Even before I was a member of his channel, he helped me out. So much love to him and his family, and I hope he's doing well. And hopefully we continue all to grow together like we should. But he's awesome, and needless to say, I can't say enough about him. All right, so let me go ahead. I have 13 in the chat. I have 16 thumbs up. Hopefully you can give me some thumbs up. Sometimes I get a few thumbs down, but at least they gave me some watch time. All right, so this is my third spot. The reason why I'm here is because it's too hot up in the dead zone for me, as well as my phone got overheated. So live streams don't work well when your phone is too hot to work. Anyways, let's go ahead. If you have any questions about the spine or what I'm talking about, just shout them out. I'll try and answer them the best I can, or at least get you guys in this place that you should be going to. All right. Obviously, this isn't a substitute for going to your doctor. All right. I always have to throw that liability out there. I'm not here curing you, but I am giving you a lot of really good advice that you can go to and get some more information. Definitely, if you go see your doctor after you've heard me talk for a while, they're going to be like, okay, who did you talk to? You got some of the words that we say, and you actually understand what's going on. So I hope to at least get you guys to that point. If your family member or you or someone that you know is hurt, or in this case, we're talking about the back, has some problems like that, hopefully I can help you to at least reduce your symptoms or get you on the right path to go to the correct place. So anyways, let me go ahead and keep going with my spiel today. ECTB is in the house. They've been in the house a little bit. I just didn't shout you all early because I was talking about Mr. My Boy Familiabilia USA. I wasn't sure how long he was going to stay in, so I at least want to give him a shout out since it was his first time here. I try and shout everybody else I possibly can out because I know we all want to do the best we can. Anna is still here in the house. Ruben's beautiful, still here in their house. Left you some love in your house, Miss Nikki. So Miss Nikki, you got Ruben over there. Nicole is in the house now. She's going to give us some talks. Let's see what happens. I have 13 people here. Thank you so much. I'm hopefully going to instill some knowledge to you guys too. I know some of you don't understand English, and I appreciate you coming. Hoping some of the visuals or models that I give you guys will at least give you some sort of context of what I'm talking about, you know. So anyways, all right, on my way, Ruben. Nikki's coming over to you, Ruben. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout because Nikki's coming your way. That partially rhymed, I know. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk a little bit more. Hello, everyone. All King Dash family vlogs in the house. Come on in, King Dash. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You gotta get in here. I had Familiabilia in here earlier. ECTB, Ruben. I had Miss Millennia. I have Miss Creative Nikki. She's in the house tonight. I have my girl BET, Brown Eye Trucker. She's here tonight. She can't get here every night because all of us work, right? You know, or most of us, you know, time zones, everything's different. So I'm so glad she was able to make it to my live stream this afternoon. I got a new one, Pinai, Lena USA 26. I'm sure I'm mutilating your name. I'm so sorry. Jessica World Princess is here. Wow, that's a new one. That's a new one for me. Good evening, host. Oh, Jessica World Princess. I will be coming to you later, I guarantee it. King's Task, like I said, is in Freezer Bound Outdoors. Hello, everyone. They are new to this live stream. If you are new, please subscribe, comment. I will come to your house. I will ring the bell. You come to my live streams, the bell's rung. I already assume it. I just need to make sure I can connect with you. So make sure that you're here long enough that YouTube doesn't just throw your stuff in the spam boxes. I don't want you in the spam boxes. It takes me forever to get through that spam box. All right, Jessica's World, good evening, host. Thank you so much. Sure, let's go. Let's go, let's grow, like everybody says. Let's see what G-Kicks says. G-Kicks is another live streamer that he does. He does sneakers and outfits, if so. I give it a shout out to him. He's never been to one of my live streams or one of my videos, but I don't care. I like the guy anyways. G-Kicks, he always says, he says, what'd you say? He says, well, Blue Jeans, which is part of Cubs Den, she's a YouTuber and wonderful. She does live streams and edited videos. It says stick and stay. That's another phrase I hear a lot. And let's see. If it's blue, it's for you. If it's gray, stay all day or something like that. He has some sort of rhyme that he says. If it's blue, it's for you. If it's gray, show love all day. That's what it is. So if it's blue, it's for you. And if it's gray, show love all day. That's what he says. That's what G-Kick says. I was trying to remember what that guy says. Anyways, let me go ahead and keep going because hopefully you guys are getting connections. Hopefully you'll come back because I need watch hours. As well as hopefully I can teach you some stuff. If you have any questions, go ahead and shout them out. I'm going to get a sip of my soda right here. I have 18 thumbs up. I have 5 in the chat. Hopefully we'll come back. All right. So I had a wealth of people that showed up all of a sudden, which I think is absolutely exciting. Absolutely exciting. I appreciate everybody coming when they can and if they can stay as long as they possibly can. So let's talk about, I talked about yesterday the dermatomes, which is if we looked at, Cubs Den, Blue Jeans Network, my friends. That's right, ECTB, they're my friends too. She does her live streams in the morning. So morning would be my Eastern Standard Time. She does them like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. So that's Miss Cubs Den and Blue Jeans Network. Excuse me, they are a husband and wife team that do live streams and edited videos. She just came out with an edited video that I watched this morning. And I'm still listening. Well, thank you so much, Miss Nicole. Thank you for coming by and listening. All right, so let's go ahead. So we talked about the myotomes yesterday. These are these charts. These are the muscles in our body that relate to the nerves in our spine. And so depending on, in this case, our lower back, depending on where we're talking about, this green represents our lower back. The blue represents our mid back. All right, and the purplish color up here represents our neck. And the orange down here represents our sacrum or our tailbone. Down here at the very bottom that you can't see too well, this down here is our tailbone, also known as our coccyx bone. This is our lumbar spine. This is our thoracic spine. And this is our cervical spine. And this up here at the top is the base of your skull, the back of your head, or also what we call your occiput area or occipital part of your skull back here. So that kind of gives you a good representation of what we're talking about. All right, so I have 8 in here now. Hopefully you can share me out. I shouted myself out to YouTube and Twitter earlier. I know a couple beautiful people shared me out too, so if you could, that would be wonderful. If not, that's okay. I'm glad that you came and that you gave me a thumbs up or thumbs down. Hopefully thumbs up, obviously. And we'll keep going from there. We'll keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing. Ruben says, Peanut Lena USA 26 showed you love. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, so let's go ahead. So I talked about the muscles. Now, those are called myotome charts. And I showed that, I didn't show that on that last video, the edited video I did on Sunday, I dropped. But the dermatome chart, I did drop in a few spots on my last video. And that talks about if you have sensation issues like in your leg or your arm or your thigh where it's numb or burning or tingling or loss of sensation, you can go ahead and that dermatome chart kind of tells you what nerve on your spine that's related to, that's going on. In this case, we're talking about the lower back. Whoops. Ooh, Scully flipped over. Oh, I hope I didn't break nothing. I don't think I did, but I think Scully got shook up. Didn't you, Scully? Yes, I did. Okay, Scully, calm down, bud. There we go. Let's see, is there any way to tighten this? No. Maybe there's a way to tighten it at some point, but we definitely don't want to break Scully. Nikki says, Ruben, much love to you. Hearts out. ECTB's laughing at me. Okay, and so we had 9 people, 19 thumbs up. That's beautiful. We have been doing this live not very long, so that's very exciting. Thank you all for coming. We haven't even been here 30 minutes yet. That is awesome. That's right. Don't break Scully, please. Dad's Journal. Hi, host. Shout out from Australia. Hi, how you doing? Thank you so much. We're talking more about the spine today. We just got done. You missed it, unfortunately. We just started talking about the disc issues in there. So that disc can push right on that nerve right there. Ooh, and that can give you a lot of pain, some referral or radicular pain. But if you want to scroll up, we had a couple huge channels in here. We had Familia Bilia USA that was in here. He does live streams. He's like 18 or 20,000 subscribers at this point. He's the largest channel that I've ever had in my live stream so far. So that's awesome. You might want to get connected with him if you want to get some more subscribers. I had Miss Melina from Sweden. She's also doing a live stream right now. She came in for a little bit and shared out to me. She's got like 9,000 subscribers. And so you definitely want to get connected with them, as well as all the beautiful people that are wonderful enough to be in the chat right now. So make sure you get connected. As well as hopefully if you have any questions about the spine, hopefully I can give you some answers. All right. And so I gave you some orientation on what we're talking about. Now, so I talked about the dermatomes. Like I said, the dermatomes is a chart. I have it on my last video that goes over all the different nerves in your lower back and how they relate to where your symptoms are. Hi, Mom. I got Miss Ann Kenny in here, also known as my mom, is in the live stream now. That is awesome. Thank you for coming by, Mom. All right, I'm listening to you. Anna, thank you so much, Miss Anna, for listening. Hopefully, if you have any questions, go ahead and shout them out. I don't know. I'm just going to keep on going. Dads, you are a doctor? Yes, I'm a doctor of physical therapy. So I have a doctorate degree in physical therapy. So yes, technically I can use the designation Dr. Kenny. Yes, I could do that. Do I do that? No. You know why? Because I don't like to confuse the public. Because I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not an MD. I'm a DPT, not an MD. The Bubba News, Average Joe, I love your videos. Great inspiration, information. Much love, brother, man. Thank you so much. The Bubba News is in the house. Come and get connected with Mr. Bubba News. Come on in. Nicole says, I'm doing just fine today. Cool, I'm on the treadmill right now in the gym. Well, dads, thank you so much. I do that too when I go to the gym. Like I'll put in someone's live stream or whatever. You know what's hard? It's trying to connect to people because you end up going out of the chat and going back in. So a lot of people are doing that. So I had like, you know, obviously I've already had 21 thumbs up. So at some point I've already had 21 people in the chat. So people going out and people coming back. And so be mindful if someone's out right now, you might want to wait a few minutes for them to come back because they're watching someone. You kind of at least watch a couple minutes. Otherwise your stuff's going to go into the spam box. You got to leave an appropriate comment because YouTube's got smart algorithms now that they're actually reading your content, your text. And if it doesn't make sense with the video, you're going to spam, baby. So you got to make sure that your comment makes sense with the video, that you watch the video long enough, and that you hit the subscribe button, and hopefully you come back and see their content again. What's going on, man? GoDonnie.com's in the house. GoDonnie.com. Come on in, brother. He's here a lot. I thank for him. He does live streams. The last one I saw with him, he had his microphone on there. I thought was really awesome. Come on in and get connected. Ali Bago Official. Thumbs up, Dr. Joe. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Get connected. If you're new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment. Hit the bell, hopefully, because I do my live streams Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I drop my edited videos on Sunday. So hopefully we're going to talk about the spine. Obviously, there's a lot more. If you have any questions, hopefully I can answer some of that for you. So welcome, Dr. Ed Cho. Thank you so much. Bebs Euro. Thanks, Mama Pina USA 26. Look at that. Bebs is getting some beautiful connections. Look at all the connections we're getting here. Beautiful, beautiful. And if you didn't see, if you connected all these people, scroll up the chat. Hopefully you could see some of the people that were here a little bit before us, like Familia Bilia, Miss BET, Brown Eyed Trucker. I've had a bunch of people in this chat so far that you should be in contact with. I've got Miss Creative Nikki was here. ECTB was here. I got Jessica World Princess, that girl was here. Ruben was here. King's Tash was here.
Freezer Bound Outdoors was here. I've had, obviously, Familiabilia USA was here. I got Narcon Shop brother was here. I got Miss Melina from Sweden was here. Like I said, Brown Eye Trucker. Let me see if I can scroll up further for you all. So make sure you're scrolling up the chat if you can. My boy Alternative Tongues was in the house. He is at work, so please give him a shout out. Miss Sally Grinnell was here earlier. Teacher's Bot, also known as, this is her second channel because she's the French teacher. I think that's it, yeah. Australian Stacker was in here. We got a ton of people that was in here. Of course, also my girl, if I hadn't said it, Miss Ernie Hatmaker. Her husband wasn't in here yet, but Ed's attention to detail. He's busy doing building a house, literally. But literally, I think it's. You can go ahead if you want to drop it in there, Miss Ernie. If you want to drop his channel in there, come on, Joe, Miss Ernie. So Ed's attention to detail, awesome channel. He does all kinds of cool things. Obviously, he's building his house. He did some stuff with his car, detailing it. Just did some pinstriping. So if you want to know about pinstriping a car, Ed's attention to detail. And if you want to watch his wife, Miss Ernie Hatmaker, make fun of her husband, Ed's attention to detail, go watch the last video. All right, Beb Zero, Mama's Ernie Hatmaker's done. There you go, beautiful connection. All right, let me try and get some. I want to get as much shout outs as I possibly can. And so let me get a drink so I can talk about, obviously, what I know more about, which is physical therapy, anatomy, and all this other stuff known as healthcare. Okay, we have 11 watching right now, 23 thumbs up. Hopefully, if you haven't shared me out, I love it. I would plead with you. It would be awesome if you could share me out if you haven't already. Anyways, let's go ahead and keep going. So I talked at the end of the last, yesterday's live stream, I talked about one of the big things that cause back issues is the improper sitting. So I got us nice and close up today to show you what I'm talking about. So this is the way you're supposed to sit. You have this nice arch in your back, what we call the lordotic curve or lordosis. So you want a nice little curve in your back, not a giant one. All right, and some people, they have the shelf known as pelvis or hips, okay? I'm showing you everyone the love. There you go. So Nicole is showing everybody some love today. Look at that. Okay, wait, I share. Nice. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Pinalina USA 26. Thank you so much for sharing me out. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. So if we look at this pelvis, you're supposed to sit on these two bones all the time. Unfortunately, everybody likes to sit like this. And obviously that puts a lot of stress on your lower back, the joints, the muscles that cross that joint, as well as the disc. That's the last thing you want to do. Thank you so much for sharing me out. Oh, I see it. Comes right in my chat right there. Share me out. Much love to you, sweetie. You look great. I look like an old 40-some-year-old man because that's what I am. What are you going to do? Father Time catches up to us all. But I'm running like hell to stay ahead of it. All right. Feet don't fail me now. Bye, host and all. Thank you so much, Creative Nikki. Thank you so much for coming by. Make sure you see Creative Nikki. She does videos, edited videos on different hairstyles, different types of ways to cut the hair. She does wigs and stuff like that. I think she does extensions. Don't hold me to it, but I think she does those too. So go over there and see Miss Creative Nikki. She does some outdoor videos too. So please go see her. She's awesome. And she's loyal. Obviously, she came to my live stream. All right, so let's go ahead. So what you see is you see this rounded position in your back. And so you want to work on keeping your hips nice and arched up like that. Because if you don't, you're going to get a lot of joint pain right in here and right on the sides of your joint, as well as the disc is going to get inflamed.
and the muscles along the spine are going to be over elongated, and you're going to get a lot of weakness in your stomach muscles. Mighty Heidi Dream Warriors in the house. Hey, dude. Hey, girl. Miss Heidi Dream Warrior. What a name. What a name that is. You know, there's Average Joe PT, and then there's Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior. What a name. That is, you can't forget that when you read that. That just reminds me of like a video game. Now, I met her, I think, and if she can, maybe she can remember or remind me. She wants to type it in there. From a nice gentleman that does live streams over in Europe. Yes, his name is Runny Egg. He does live streams all the time, and I think he's British. Is he British there, Heidi? I don't remember if he's British. He sounds like he's got a British accent. Okay, yeah, he's British. He's very cool. He does live streams. He's like I am. He shoots right from the hip. Yeah, he's from the UK. He's a straight shooter. So if you want to start getting people from the United Kingdom, you got to start going to these people's live streams that are from the United Kingdom. Look at that. I started shouting out to people from Japan. So I got a few subscribers from Japan. I think it's absolutely awesome. The only way you're going to get bigger and grow, and hopefully grow your content as well, is by finding these other people, finding these other live streams around the entire world and getting connected to these people. That's what it's all about. And I hope I can pull some of those people and keep them, because I think it's awesome that, you know, I'm going to say this straight from the heart. So hopefully you guys are going to just pause for a second and listen to me. When I first did this live stream thing, I thought, you know, I'm going to do this, going to make some money, and so on and so forth, probably like everybody else. Oh, this is easy, you can do videos. In reality, it's not easy. Reality is you spend more money and time, and I haven't made a dime off of this yet, which is fine, because I actually love to do this. But what I didn't realize, the secondary gains, is you meet all these awesome people in here, all right, as well as I am educating people that I would never in my wildest dreams ever be in contact with. All right, I'm here, and I've worked in basically 4 states: Pennsylvania, New York State, Maryland, and now in North Carolina. I've touched maybe I don't know, 10,000, 20,000 people in my career so far, somewhere around there probably. But what I'm getting to on this and being able to, you know, tell people in the entire world, I mean, that's absolutely insane. I never thought that. That never came upon me till one day, like hit me, and like, wow, you know, I'm reaching out to people that I would never touch in my entire career. So that's one of the reasons why I love this stuff, and I'm going to continue to do it. I'd like to make a few dollars, but if I don't, I'm going to do it anyways. And so I'm staying until I'm dead, or if no one wants to see me no more, my subscriber goes to 0. Anyways, okay, let me go ahead and continue here. We got got Ruben saying, look at that, got a connection there between Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior and Ruben. Beautiful. I'm so glad she was able to come here and get a connection, because I definitely want, if people are going to come and they're going to continue to come back, as if they get connections. And, you know, some people are coming because they want some education, but I also realize a lot of people are coming because they want to get some new subscribers and hopefully some new viewers. And so I absolutely understand and welcome that. But I know if they're getting some new subscribers, they're going to come back to me again to try and get some more subscribers. So I hope you guys all get new people here. Lena USA 26, and we can get both. That's right. That's right. You're getting a little bit of both. You're getting some education, hopefully help yourself or help someone else, or just, you know, like if you want to just, you know, throw some words out there, you know, to sound a little savvy. Hopefully I gave it to you. Okay, let's go ahead, and so let's talk about, I'm going to talk, I've talked about the back. Let me talk about the neck, because it's just easier for me just to kind of, as you can see in the mirror, I just have my thigh holding the pelvis up, so it's easier for me anyways to hold this position. That's kind of throwing me off, and I think that's probably going to irritate you visually to have that stand in the way.
So, okay, so if we talk about, so I ended the live stream about the neck yesterday. And I said that the neck, the angles of this joint, or these joints, I should say, these joints right here, where I'm going to put my finger at right here, these joints right here that you can see, they're on either side. Okay, these are called your facet joints or zygopiphyseal joints, and those joints are on this angle this way, and they help to have a better rotational movement, just where the angle is. So they glide in this path, this direction, oblique or 45-degree angle, whatever we want to describe it as. And so when, that's the basics. We're not even going to talk about the what we call the arthrokinematics of the spine itself. That just talks about, what happens when two joints lock, what happens to the other joints above and below and stuff like that. But needless to say, if you're having a lot of neck pain or stiffness, like my mom was saying, hey, what about that neck stiffness, that neck pain? How the heck do I fix that? Because a lot of people have neck stiffness, neck pain, especially if you're doing a lot of YouTube videos, or if you're watching a lot of videos, you're looking what I call tech neck, or you're here in front of the laptop or your desktop or whatever, and you have this kind of forward head motion. You're kind of like this, and you don't realize it for long periods of time. So that the back side of your neck, I'm going to orientate you a little bit. That bump you can all feel back there is actually your C7 spine right here. That's the last segment before you go into the thoracic spine, which is T1, which is, it represents here on the blue. But the purple, and representing here, the purple is actually your neck or your cervical spine. There's 7 of those neck vertebrae. Then there's 12 of the thoracic, so there's a lot of those. Mighty Heidi Dream Warrior, I showed you love. Mr. Rubin showed you love, Mighty Heidi. Beautiful. Boom, connection. Love it, love it, love it. Love it when they actually get a good connection, because I want it to be easy, simple, direct, and to the point. I hate, that's a strong word, I strongly dislike. See how you can change the wording a little bit, but it really means the same? When you go to someone's channel, you do all the stuff you need to do, they go to your channel, and then all of a sudden you hear nothing. It's like crickets. So I like it that there's a nice connection. And I know these people are going to stick and stay. So that's awesome to see. And Miss Heidi Dream Warrior, she's in it for, every live stream I've been to Runny Ag, she's there. And I think, if I remember correctly, she's actually a member of his channel. So she's definitely in it to win it, so to speak. Anyways, and so that C7 is a huge pivot point for us looking down and looking up. 50%, that's half of all your movement looking down and looking up occurs at that one segment. Out of all that entire neck bones, all your movement looking down or looking up occurs at that just one segment. So yes, if you have a disc problem, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be from that segment, because that's a segment that moves so much. In contrast, in your lower back, the most movement bending forwards or backwards occurs at L5S1, right where my finger's at. That right between that green bone and that orange bone, there's a disc right there, right down there. That's your L5S1 disc. 50% of all your movement bending forwards and backwards is from that one segment. Lo and behold, a lot of people's back pain is coming from that one segment, and I wonder why. Why? Because 50% of your entire movement bending forwards occurs at that one segment. Is that insane or what? Out of your entire spine, right, one joint is doing that half of all your movement. The rest of your spine makes up the rest of the other 50% of your movement. So now you understand why, when you have a disc issue in your neck or a disc issue in your lower back, why it's really at just those 2 segments more times than not. It's because a majority of your movement is occurring at just those 2 spots. And the rest of your spine makes up the rest of those movements. So that, when I saw that,
when I was in class, I'm like, that stuck. That was in there for life. Dementia, Alzheimer's, if I get that, I'll probably still remember that because it was just like your entire spine. All right, all these joints, and you're telling me that half of bending forwards and backwards is just from this one segment? Yes, absolutely. Mighty Heidi says, absolutely, I always show love back. There you go. She does. She does. She does. That simple. Are you a chiropractor? No, I have a doctorate degree in physical therapy. There's Miss Cubsden. I talked about you earlier, Miss Cubsden. You in blue jeans. I shouted you out earlier with Familia Belia was over here from USA. And Melania from Sweden was here also. So that's Miss Cubsden right there. She's a huge live streamer. If you guys aren't connected to Miss Cubsden, I'm not sure what you're doing. So make sure you go to her. Like I said, she does her live streams at least Eastern Standard Time is between 7 and 8 o'clock. It's like 7:30, 8 o'clock when she starts her live stream for me on the East Coast. And so you definitely want to get connected with her as well as her husband, Mr. Blue Jeans himself. So you definitely want to get connected. Oh, okay, you're so technical and knowledgeable. Well, yes, I mean, I have a doctorate degree. I went to school 7.5 years. That's what a physical therapist goes to school for. And it's the same. A chiropractor goes 6 or 7 years too. So the education is the same. They have a doctorate degree in chiropractic. I have a doctorate degree in physical therapy. So yes, I could call myself Dr. Kenny or Dr. Joe. I just think that's a little bit, I don't know. I just don't like to toot my horn. I'm a very modest, humble person in reality. I'm silly, I'm wacky for the most part, and I'm obviously too loud most of the time. People that work with me every day tell me that repeatedly. But everybody has multiple sides to them, all right? We're not just one-sided people. Everybody's got a million different sides. I'm not a psychiatrist, but if you talk to a psychiatrist, they'll probably agree with what I'm saying. And so they're multifaceted people. Isn't that a fancy word, a fancy phrase? I tell you. Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't hear you either. Siri, drive you nuts. Or Big Brother, whoever you want to talk at. Oh, EVT Wheels is in the house. Miss Cubsden, thank you so much for sharing me out, sweetie. Much love to you in everything that you do. I saw her video this afternoon. It was goat stew. Or was it goats? Goat meat? I think it was goat meat she was doing at live stream. 5 or 6 minute. She did goat. I think it definitely was a stew video, but I think it was goat meat. I've never had goat meat. I'm not sure what it tastes like. Cubsden, you're shooting in a different scene. Yeah, I did. This is my third scene. This is because it got too hot. When I was upstairs yesterday when I did part of my live stream, the first 14 minutes was going good. And then my phone got overheated. I actually wasn't feeling too well because it was so hot up there in the dead zone. So I needed to come down here. It just got too hot for me, as well as I want to make sure my live stream worked, because my first live stream, because I couldn't end it physically, I had to delete it. I had to delete 14 minutes because my live stream, there was no way, even when I went back in the analytics, I couldn't stop that live stream. It would not shut up. It would not end or shut down. And so I ended up having to delete that first live stream. So I'm not going back to the dead zone until probably Wednesday next week, because it's supposed to be cooler starting Sunday. So today's and tomorrow's live stream will be in my wife's makeup room. And Scully's got a new stand. This is what I learned today. Scully's got a new stand, so that's very awesome. I'm going to steal it. Don't tell my wife. Shh. All right, ECTB, Cubsden says, how are you? Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Can you show me where T9 is at for my spine vertebrae, because that's my injury and you have the spine showing. EVT, I'm going to show you right now. Absolutely. All right, so the purple is the cervical spine. The blue is the thoracic. it goes. So we're gonna start at the C7. That's that bump right in the back that you can feel. That's the last cervical spine. Then we go into the thoracic. Thoracic, this is T1, T2, T3, T4, T5, T6, T7, T8, and T9. So this is your T9 segment. You got 10, 11, and 12. Then you go to L1. L1 is the lumbar spine. And so you're up here. You're not quite. You still have some ribs there. That's still supporting part of that vertebrae, part of that body. So you do have some extra stability in that area because you have the ribs around that thoracic spine that's supporting that a little bit. So that is a shout out to you. I hope you're still here. You might have bounced back out. I am not certain. Hopefully you will come back in. Miss Cubs Den shared me out. He is saying good night. Oh shoot. Oh, I missed him. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll have to see one of his videos and tell him. Are you jealous because you are happy-go-lucky kind of guy? Oh, they are jealous because you are a happy-go-lucky kind of guy. Maybe. Oh, Miss Cubs Den was right. Yep, it was goat meat. All right. Probably, Mom, but you know, you are a little biased a little bit. Hi, Ma. Cubs Den knows that's my mom. Yes, I'm her happy-go child. My brother, her son left us a while back, and we miss him very much. EVT Wheels, God bless you. Thank you so much. Hopefully that answered your question. Did you get to see that, EVT? I hope you did. I hope you weren't out at the time. 7 in the house. Let me go ahead and refresh because this thing sometimes doesn't show correctly how many people are currently in my chat. Yeah, see, there's 8 people in the chat, not 7. My mom says, hi, Cubs Den. Look at that. Nicole gives me a thumbs up. I have 26 thumbs up, 8 people watching right now, people coming in and out. I think I have probably 10 or 11 that are kind of floating in and out. See, here comes 10 right now. So I got people coming in and out, hopefully leaving good comments, hopefully getting good subscriptions. Still at home and I'm going to take a shower, but I'm covered up. Well, thank you, Nicole. There's no peeping Toms here, Nicole. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. And so the treatment I talked about ending yesterday, yeah, that's right, buddy? Yeah, we kind of just, we let Nicole do her thing. All right, I'll be back later. Thank you, Nicole. Thanks for coming, my dear. Yes, sir, I saw it all the way. Thank you, EVT Wheels. If you have any questions, hopefully I can help answer. If you injured that site, did they have to actually do hardware replacement? Or did they put you in what we call a TLSO, which is a thoracic lumbar spinal orthosis? That's where they have a rigging in front as well as around your back and across your waist. And so that's called a TLSO. And so that kind of keeps your back into extended position. Anna says, thumbs up. Thank you so much, Miss Anna. Thank you. So we were talking about the neck here, and we were talking about that one segment here at C6, C7 area does all that movement forwards and backwards. And as another idea here, if we look at looking right or looking left, 50% of all that motion occurs at C1, C2. And your other bones in this purple part of your spine makes up the other 50%. I am at the background, Doc. Stream is running. I am cooking. Thank you, Miss Cubs Den. Much love to you. Thank you for sticking, giving me some beautiful watch hours. Much love to you. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I just broke, I think, 1,000 hours. That means I have 3,000 hours to go. So if any of you beautiful people want to watch my playlist, I'd appreciate it. Anyways, some people do, some people don't. I understand. So you need 4,000 watch hours before you can even think about becoming monetized. So hopefully by November I'll become monetized. Who knows? I have no idea. It would be nice if I get monetized earlier, but I don't know. Maybe someday. I know at some point I will be. And then maybe I don't know what I'll do. I'll have to do something when I have 4,000 hours and I'm monetized. I'll have to do something. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet because it's probably going to, I got 3,000 hours to go. Not minutes, I have hours. It's so absurd, I'm laughing about it. 3,000 hours. Anyways, okay. And so when we look at when you have a stiff neck, you can have what we call a facet block or facet syndrome going on. So let me go ahead and blow this up a little bit. And you're doing well. Head up and keep smiling. It's look up and keep smiling, but thanks, Mom. All right, and so this joint on either side, these are called your facet joints. Now, just think about what happens if you can't move your neck a certain way. A classic sign of if it's coming from one of these joints on either side, because these joints are what glide on one another when we rotate. And so I'm kind of talking about right here. Tall tale sign of that's your problem with your neck is if you have a limitation in two directions. Either looking up, usually looking up and to the right, or looking down to the right, or up and to the left, or down and to the left. So needless to say, you'll be stuck and you won't be able to move those muscles along the neck as well as, I'm going to bring in the scapula, the shoulder blade here for a second. If you come in and see the shoulder blade here, the muscle that lines the inside of the shoulder blade. So let me orientate you a little bit better. What the heck is he even talking about? So if we look on the shoulder blade, imagine you had ribs here. Your shoulder blade rotates on your ribs, literally sits just like this. And you have muscles attaching to your shoulder blade, to your spine, as well as from the top of this muscle here. And my really good friend Ty, who's my co-worker, that was in my fourth snapping hip syndrome video. If you want to go see that, much appreciated. It was the snapping hip series I did. I did 4 videos on that before I started my lumbar disc series. The other day he tripped me up. Of course, you know, I know my anatomy pretty well, but he tripped me up. And there's this, you know, what muscle is attached to, you know, your shoulder blade that helps you swallow. And like, he stumped me. I was like, but I remember dissecting that muscle in cadaver lab, but I couldn't remember. I remember it was a muscle that goes underneath another muscle and then comes back and attaches. And he had to show me, you go back to anatomy book, it attaches right in this, it's myohyoid or something like that, bone, muscle, omnohyoid or something like that. It attaches to your hyoid bone. All right, you have a floating bone here, not your trachea, but your hyoid bone has a bunch of muscles attachments on it, you know, which assists with swallowing and all this other good stuff. But there's a muscle that runs from this area, the myohyoid muscle, if I'm remembering that correctly. Ty would probably, if he saw my live stream, which he won't, he's busy, but if he did, he would probably correct me tomorrow. It comes all the way back and attaches on the back side of your shoulder blade here. Or on the front side, I should say. So anyways, I thought that was a little crazy idea that now I will never forget again. So anyways, and so you have muscles that attach from the top of the shoulder blade to this neck. Main one being your levator scapula muscle that helps the rotation of your shoulder blade. And a lot of times that can get really irritated, as well as the rhomboid muscle on the inside here. Hello. Oh, Janellen is in here. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. I have so many people that were in here today. That's so wonderful. Come on in. I have 7 watching. I've had as many as 29 thumbs up so far.
So if you're able to scroll up farther, that would be awesome. You can get some other subscribers in here, on other content creators. You are new to me. I would love to have you hit the bell, hit the subscribe button. I will come to you later and watch your stuff and hit the bell. Hopefully I do I do live streams on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. I drop my edited videos with Scully here on Sunday. All right, Blue Jeans Plus. Hello, host. How are you doing, Mr. Blue Jeans? Hi, everyone. Thank you, Mr. Blue Jeans, for coming. That's Mrs. Cubs Den's other side. And so, thank you so much for coming, sir. Much love. They are being beautiful people and giving me some watch hours. They have a wonderful live channel, live streams, and as well as edited videos. Miss Cubs Den just did her last edited video I saw this morning, I think, on goat stew. And so that was cool to see. It looks really good. I've never had goat meat before. I have absolutely no idea what it tastes like. It looked like just textured beef is what it reminded me of. But I have no idea what it tastes like. Can anybody tell me what... Hey, Mr. Blue Jeans, can you tell me what goat... Is there like... Does it taste like beef? Does it taste like chicken? What does goat's meat taste like? Is Scully on fire or is he or she in the spotlight? You like that? Don't tell my wife I'm stealing it. I just like, you know, does this thing tilt? And it did. I'm like, does it turn on? And it does. I'm stealing that. Oh yeah, it's mine now. She's gonna have to go buy a new one. Of course she will. She'll go buy a new one. I don't know if it goes up any higher. No, it just turns on and off. It doesn't, I was hoping that it did something else. But oh well, it just turns on and off. But I think that's pretty cool. Goat's meat tastes like lamb. Oh no, I've had lamb before. I didn't like it. Oh. Maybe it's because it was made a different way. I don't know. They say if you don't make lamb correctly, it tastes awful. I had it once. My wife liked it, but she's got a steel-trap stomach. She can eat anything. My stomach is pathetic. If I eat anything that bothers me, I'm a disaster for a couple days. So I have the ridiculous sensitive stomach, so I have to watch out what I eat. You know, especially, you know, if I go out to a restaurant or something like that, I like to try new stuff. But if you're with a bunch of friends and stuff like that, last thing you want to do is ruin your evening because your stomach's upset. Or ruin someone else's evening because, you know, my mom can obviously attest to that because I inherited it from her. Oh, John, thanks, host. I'll show you live stream. Oh, thank you so much. Much love to you. More lamb for me. Mighty Heidi, nice. Oh, that is nasty. I'm in the shower. Well, Nicole, you can go ahead and come back after you're out of the shower, girl. We don't really care about that. All right, you come in after. Go ahead, do your business, Nicole, and come on back. But I'm throw up in the shower, in the trash. Well, okay there. All right there, Nicole. Not, you know, Nicole, not everybody, some people like lamb. There's lots of people that like lamb, so you gotta open your horizons, open to new ideas, new thoughts. You gotta do it. You gotta grow. If you can't be narrow-minded, you gotta open up. No. Too much diversity is not enough. You gotta be diverse. It's that simple. All right, let's go ahead. We have 11 in here. Let me refresh just in case there's more. I think I've had 12 or 13 people coming in and out. I've had 30 thumbs up. I have 11 right now. Let's go ahead and keep talking a little bit more. The goat and the lamb, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead. Get back good old Spiny here for a second. Still here, just BG for now. Thank you so much, Miss USA 26. Much love, thank you so much. Someone told me pepperoni was made from goat meat. Hey, is that true, Mr. Blue Jeans? Is pepperoni made from goat's meat? That's pot. I have no idea. I'd have to look that up. I'm sure you could probably make pepperoni out of goat's meat. I'm sure that's possible, but someone probably has a wealth more knowledge than I do in this.
I don't have a clue. I'd have to look that up. I don't have an idea. But I would be surprised if you can't. I mean, you could probably make it almost like beef jerky. You can make any kind of, you can make beef jerky out of almost any meat. Okay, so we were talking about how do you tell if you have a facet issue just because it's kind of stuck. And I said if you can't look up or look to the left, or look up and to the right, or down and to the left, or down and to the right, you're going to be stuck in two directions when you have a facet joint issue. My neighbor told me that. Well, it's passive learning, Mom, so you'd have to look that up. I mean, you'd have to figure maybe they don't know what they're talking about. You might have to look that one up. I'm sure it would be easy. You could easily Google it in 5 seconds, or you could, if I had my, I don't want to mess up my live stream. Anyways, so that's a facet issue. Let's say you just have arthritis in that joint. You'll have a lot of grinding, probably what we call the Rice Krispies, snap, crackle, and pop, like the cereal. All right, you might get that. You're going to have restriction usually in all directions. Left, right, up, down, and then side bending. You're going to have restrictions in usually multiple planes. You'll probably have pain in multiple planes. I know Google. It Mom. I know Google It Mom. Okay. All right, Mom. Okay, and so if it's arthritis, it's usually just going to be like pain in all directions. You're going to have a lot of soft tissue pain. You're probably going to have some stiffness in those joints that I talked about, those facet joints, those joints. If I come in real close, those joints here, all those joints are probably going to have some sort of wear because there's cartilage on either end that glides on there, as well as that joint has a capsule in it, and that keeps that synovial fluid gliding in there. So that's a classic case of that kind of problem. And so, things start to dry up. Your disc, just like in your lower back, you can easily have degenerative disc in your neck. And so that kind of squishes down over time, and it puts a lot of stress on those joints on the back side, as well as if you have a lot of forward head movement, all those muscles that cross that shoulder blade into the neck or into the head area, or from the sides to the neck area, they all get over elongated. So let's talk just quickly about active trigger points and latent trigger points. So active trigger points is defined as any muscle fiber area when you apply pressure, or without applying pressure, starts referring symptoms from its origin to other places. And so if you look at, for instance, the one muscle group that gets irritated a lot, that's on the back side of your shoulder blade here. This is your collarbone, this is your ball and socket, and this is your shoulder blade. So this is essentially your right shoulder kind of sitting back like this. That muscle group right on the top here, this is called your superior angle of your scapula. That muscle, like I said earlier, is called your levator scapula muscle. And that runs up there and runs along the side here and attaches up along the spinous processes of 3, 4, and 5 in your neck, if I remember correctly. The transverse processes, which are these little things out to the side. These little things out to the sides are called your transverse processes. And so that's where that muscle attaches to. It's one muscle, and then it comes up and attaches in multiple spots in that area. It's a lateral rotator. Okay, it rotates your shoulder blade. And so if you are always, imagine yourself always forwards like this, that muscle's always on stretch. And so when something is always on stretch or lengthened and it can't shorten, it starts to build up toxins or irritation within the muscle fibers. Remember, muscles are alive. They produce energy and they also produce waste. The only way you're going to get the muscle fibers to get the waste products in and out, the good stuff in and the bad stuff out, is through blood flow. And so if your muscles are always on stretch, you're squeezing that blood flow out, and you're never opening and closing that blood flow. That muscles need to, if you can see in the mirror, you need to stay out of this position, because this is an over elongated position, and you need to come up into an extended position. That way, that muscle group that I'm talking about is always in a nice, short and rested position. And so when you move your arm up and down, it can lengthen and shorten. It's very easy to get knots on that back side, and that's usually coming from that levator scapula that I'm talking about. That can refer pain all along the front of your shoulder blade here. It can run all the way up into your neck. It can give you headaches. It can give you kind of like this nauseous kind of feeling if it's really bad. And so it can give you pain all along the inside of your shoulder blade. You could literally type in and Google levator scapula, Levator scapula, Scapulae, or scapulae. I always say scapula, that's scapulae. On a test, it would be scapulae. And so it will show you literally what I'm talking about. It will have little dots, red dots all over where that one muscle group can refer pain. And so that is usually a lot of people's problems. They're over elongated, or they're what we call, their shoulder blades are too far away from their body. They're what we call protracted or rounded and forward head, is causing a lot of that muscle to get irritated back there because you're always having it on stretch. And so those toxins just start to build up and build up and build up, and they start to cause a lot of muscle tension and pain. And next thing you know, you're having a lot of pain. What do they do a lot of times? You get a massage, you get heat. What that's doing is essentially just bringing blood flow into the area to get those bad waste products out, all right? And bring blood flow in to get that stuff to relax. That's really all that's doing there. Thank you so much. I will leave you running. Thank you so much, Mr. Blue Jeans. Hopefully you're hearing some of this and can give you guys some education or some knowledge. Like, hey, I have like that shoulder blade pain, or it comes across the front of my arm, or it's like in my neck and back area. Yeah, it's usually that muscle group that's doing that. And what it does is it starts a chain reaction that also causes the other muscle groups along that area to also get inflamed. You know, so it's kind of like this domino effect. It's like boom, 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 boom. And next thing you know, the whole area is inflamed. So they'll do like massage and stuff like that. But what they forget to tell you is what I just told you. You have to keep your body in extended position. What's Miss Heidi saying? That pain happened to me. It's awful. Yes, exactly. Yes, it's classic. I see it with tech neck or a lot of forward head movement. People at a computer all day, desk job or whatever, or just people with bad posture. We're going to tape you up. Essentially what we do is we put that muscle group in a shortened position. I have a video, I think it's under like neck and shoulder in my playlist. It's called the levator scapula. I got a thumbnail that shows the shoulder blade and the neck and the muscles in green. If you want to look at that and look at that particular video, you can. It goes over the taping techniques that you can do at home, the massage techniques. It goes over what you need to do, like a towel roll in the chair so you stay extended. And it talks about different techniques that are done to reduce that pain that you can do at home, as well as what you can see in the clinic. Literally, it can take probably 4 or 5 days to get that thing to calm down if you listen to what I'm saying. And you need to be literally anal retentive and being in this position, all right, so that muscle group can stay in it. As you can see in the mirror, I'm up like this. I'm not extended out. Absolute McGregor is in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey there, Joe. Absolute McGregor. I got a lot of people I know, either you've seen it in another channel maybe, or you haven't seen it at all. They're new here. Some of them are really new. Miss Heidi is in here. Miss Heidi Dream Warrior has been here once or twice before. She is a live streamer, video content creator, and she is, I met her from Runny Egg. He's a live streamer from the UK, so you got to get connected with her. I got Blue Jean. I've had so many people in here today. It's crazy. I've had 30 so far thumbs up. Hopefully
you can go ahead and get connected with some people in here. I got 12 people in here right now. I have some people just listening in the side. So if you connect with them, I'm sure they will get connected back with you. Right now, I'm talking about that particular, what's it called, an active trigger point. So that's when the muscle group is usually over elongated, and those toxins build into that area and they can't get out. And so we use massage techniques, postural stuff, really start to get something to work in there. And you need to be mindful of being upright, all right, and staying in this position, whether you use a pillow or a towel roll, so your back stays nice and extended, so that muscle stays in a nice short position to get those active trigger points to what I'm going to say next, which is latent trigger points. That's good to hear. I just happen to be live streaming right now. Oh, that's okay, Absolute. Thank you so much. Hopefully you can get some connections while you're here. I know doing a live stream at the same time is not easy. It's impossible for me because I'm educating as well as doing some other stuff. Fee-Fi World, Other and Gaming is in the house. Come on in. Other Gaming, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm talking about nothing but real love from New York City. Absolutely. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Is that what rounded shoulders caused from? No, no. Rounded shoulders is because you're lazy. And what happens is over time, we start to hang on our ligaments and our muscles and our tendons just become overstretched. And we start to get over elongated and weak back muscles and over tight and shortened muscles in the front of your chest. You know, a whole barrel chested person that hangs on those ligaments. And so everything gets tight in the front and everything gets very overstretched and weak in the back. You have a lot of muscle imbalance. You can have a lot of shoulder problems at that point, a lot of neck problems. You can have some nerve issues, which in the armpit area, what I'll talk about here in a few minutes if I remember. 33 thumbs up for me today. Thank you all. Much love to you all so far. Hopefully I've given you some good information. This is not a substitute, obviously, for a medical provider coming to see you, but at least you can get some knowledge here to understand what's going on. I do have some different treatment techniques that you can do in your own home on my playlist to help you through neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain, hip pain, knee pain, ankle pain, foot pain, elbow, wrist, and hand pain. I mean, I got a lot. I think I have like 75, at least 75 or 80 videos specifically on treatment techniques that you can do at home to reduce your pain. It's not just strengthening exercises. I go over TENS units, muscle techniques for massage. I go over taping techniques. I go over TENS unit. I go over different positioning that you can do to reduce your pain. I go over what you can expect at a physical therapy clinic or a doctor's office. So I got a lot of stuff in here that can actually help you all. Let's dance, everyone. I appreciate your info. Good stuff. Thank you so much, Mighty Heidi. Dream Warrior. I love saying that. It's so awesome. Fee-Fi World, amazing host. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we were talking about active trigger points. Now we're going to go to latent trigger points. So once you get those muscle fibers to relax through good blood flow. Oh, he's back. Keaton Vitch. Come on in. Keaton Vitch. Hi, hi, hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I missed you last time. I don't think I connected with you. How are you doing today? I am almost 100% positive I did not connect with you. I know I've seen you in here once, maybe a live stream a while ago. I need to connect with you right now because I did not do it before. I got to make sure I do it. Anybody who comes to my live streams. No, I am. Oh, I didn't ring the bell. Uh-oh, that's what it was. This person's got 847 subscribers, 1,752 videos. This person's got some serious videos. I will come back later to see his stuff because that's what I didn't do. I didn't ring the bell. Everybody that comes to my live streams, I ring the bell. I come see your stuff. It's that simple. Let's dance together, everybody. All right, let's get some connections. I want you to go ahead and, if you can't scroll up the chat, I don't know how far YouTube will let you, but I had a lot of people in here so far.
35 altogether. I know some people are in the background listening and some people had to go do their live streams. I had some really huge people in here earlier. Familia Bilia USA. I had Melina in here, Sweden. I had Mrs. Cubs Dent and her husband, Blue Jeans. They were in here. Huge live streamers, content creators, extraordinaires. So you got to get connected with those people because they are all over the place. They get everybody from everywhere, all walks of life around the entire world. Miss Nikki was in here too. So make sure you can hopefully go up and scroll a little bit more. I want you to hopefully be able to do that. 34 thumbs up. Oh, 35 here. I guess it hasn't reset on there. I don't know. Anyway, so we were talking about, we went from active trigger points when something is inflamed and referring pain to once we get the symptoms to calm down, we have what are called latent trigger points. Those are just kind of like the sore spots that you have in your neck or, you know, maybe in your arm or in your back. You know, some people hold their stress in their lower back. Beep, 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 beep. I do that. Or some people hold a lot of tension in their necks. And so you can have just latent trigger points. That means that they're not referring pain anywhere, but if you get in there real deep, you can feel that they're sore and they're tender and that it does help. Make sure that you apply some heat or you go in there gradually working that soft tissue muscle first. Don't just push down hard because then you can turn a latent trigger point into an active trigger point. What a lot of times what will happen is you will start to give yourself headaches in this area if you start pushing down on your neck muscles too hard, too fast. You have to sometimes work in there gradually. You know, so someone comes up to you and starts digging real hard on your neck. You're like, oh, don't do that. Because really what's happening is, because one, they shouldn't be doing that because they don't know what they're doing. And two, they're taking latent trigger points and turning them into active trigger points. But if you work that tissue soft and slow and easy, you can get in there deep and really get those muscles feeling better and really turn you into Play-Doh if they do it correctly. It just takes a long time, especially if you have a lot of latent trigger points in there. But if you push down too hard, too fast, you're going to get active trigger points again, starting to flare things up. And what will happen a lot of times is the smaller muscles get irritated easier first, especially these muscles called your suboccipital muscles. I got Platinum Gamer in Movies here. Welcome, welcome. Even everyone, nice to see you here. Greeting to you all across the pond in the UK. Come on in from my brothers and sisters from the UK in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I met you when I was 17 years old. Wow, that is awesome. Yes, I've been doing this for probably 7 months now. I started back in November of last year. I really started to get the ball moving probably late January, really starting to understand. And now probably the last 3 months, I'm starting to get better with my live streams as well as my edited videos. I have a lot of Adobe After Effects to my videos. I do a lot of editing and sound and special effects and stuff like that to my videos. I do a lot of lighting and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys enjoy my videos as well as I give a little bit of education and a little bit of silliness. And so I put a lot of time and hard work into my stuff, and I'm sure you do too. All I can do is talk on my behalf that I do spend probably, when you see a Sunday video, edited video, any of mine, I've put about 3 days of actual time into it. So anyways, Platinum Gamer, nice to see you live, Average Joe, my friend. Thanks for coming. Hopefully get some connections. I'd love to see you guys get some. I am 18 now, but we'll be turning 19 in August. Well, you're just getting to be an old man, aren't you? But hello to everyone. Always nice to meet new people on live. That's right. Hopefully get some connections in here. If you're able to scroll up the chat, I got a lot of people I'm sure you haven't seen. I had 36 in here so far. I got 11 still in the live stream. And I got a few people in here that are just watching. They are not content creators. All right, they're just here watching. Hopefully not too old. No, no, you're not old at all, brother. I'm old enough to be your father. Yeah, I am. If you're 19 years old, I'm absolutely old enough to be your dad. Okay. And so let's go ahead and talk about these smaller muscles. If someone starts pushing down really hard, you have latent trigger points. That means they're not referring, but they get active when people do that. You might start to get headaches up. These muscles go all the way up into your neck. And next thing you know, these small muscles that run the base of the skull that attach to these couple segments, usually around C2. There's 3 of them here. They do a perfect semi-triangle, and they can give you what's called suboccipital headaches. It's also classically when you get whiplash, that those neck muscles get whipped forwards and back in a car accident, and they get a lot. You can get some sprain, strain going on within these muscles. But they can also, if someone pushes really hard in those latent trigger points and get them into an active trigger point cycle, they can start to give you irritation along the base of the skull and start to give you a headache, and can travel all along what we call the myofascial system. Hence, that's the reason why we can all do that with our heads, because that's the myofascial and small muscles along the skull. They allow you to do that. That's not muscles doing that. That's skin and myofascial system in our skull, as well as the lines, all our muscles in our entire body. And they have a little bit of play, but they also can be a nice referral symptom for pain. And that's not what you want. All right, that sounds painful with being too hard on the muscles. Yes. So if people are smart, if for instance, let's say my family member said, hey, could you work on my neck a little bit? Classic, what I'm gonna do is try and get a hot, warm towel first. Maybe if they ain't got a hot water bottle, I'm gonna put that on the neck for a good 5 or 10 minutes. Let the superficial blood flow come to the area, and then start gently work on the area. Get them in a good rested position so that the tissue is in a shortened position. You never want to do massage with tissue in an over elongated or stretched position. You don't know what you're doing if you're doing that. I have 5 discs in my spine which are affected by degenerative disc disease, and also have been nerve impairment all across the 5 discs. Affect 3 at the top and 2 at the bottom. All right, Platinum Gamer's got 5. So let's start out by giving you a little bit of heads up. You haven't been here a lot. Degenerative disc disease is a normal process in the body. So it should have never been called a disease. It should have been called maybe a syndrome, or a dysfunction, a spinal dysfunction or something along those lines. It should have never been called a disease. There's no virus or bacteria affecting the disc. It's not a disease. It's a normal cycle of the disc. And so as we age through gravity, that disc starts to flatten out and does not stay completely rehydrated as we age. And so, maybe stem cell research and stuff like that will be able to open up the walls and maybe help us rehydrate and kind of rejuvenate us. Hopefully that will happen. There's cutting edge stuff out there, boys and girls, and so who knows what will happen in 20 years. But needless to say, right now, DDD, degenerative disc disease, should not, as far as I'm concerned, should never have been called that. Classically, degenerative disc is asymptomatic, means there's no symptoms to that. What happens is as the disc starts to stay flattened out, you get a lot more stress on the joints on either side of your spine. As you can see, if I open up, there's a lot of space. When you have a nice hydrated disc, there's a lot of space in here. But as your disc becomes older over time, things start to collapse down, and the joints in here have to take a lot more stress. You see that's moving from here and here? That joint there has to take a lot of stress. That's got cartilage on either side of that joint. It's in a capsule, has synovial fluid rounding that joint. And so you can get that disc, can give you inflammation of this area, as well as you can get that facet joint or arthritis giving you some inflammation, as well as the nerve endings around the body of the vertebrae. It's called a vertebrae. The body of this vertebrae here has nerve endings around it, can give you pain. There's no nerves in the disc, but everything around the disc can.
It's been painful over the last year and a half, and all they can do offer painkillers, and that's even though it's deteriorating over time. Yes, yes, absolutely. They can give you painkillers. You need to, if it's your neck, hopefully you've been to a physical therapist, hopefully a really good one. If you want to, just for some wisdom, I would recommend you go to my playlist. Either if it's a neck problem, look at my neck playlist. If it's a back problem, look at my back playlist and maybe give you some ideas, maybe something. I always show what you shouldn't be doing, and I show you what you should be doing when it comes to positioning of your body. I go over treatment techniques that you can do at home to reduce your pain. So you might be doing some things every day that's keeping your inflammatory process going, that's keeping these areas irritated. Because classically, degenerative disc is this asymptomatic diagnosis. All right, you should technically have no symptoms from a degenerative disc if you have reduced or no inflammation occurring in these joints. Okay, so that's a huge misnomer that I see a lot in my profession, as well as like, oh, I got degenerative disc, you know, that's where my pain's coming from. No, your pain's not coming from the disc. It's coming from the joints on either side that's taking more pressure. So it could be like the bad sitting you're doing a lot, or it could be the type of movement you're doing a lot. You might need to work on either your spine motion more. Maybe you're not, maybe you got too much of this going on and not enough extending going on in your body. You might have not enough strength in the back muscles. I have a video all about the multifidus, this giant muscle in your lower spine, as well as I go over 3 main muscle groups that attach from your pelvis to your muscles that cause a lot of pain because of degenerative issues that go on. I have degenerative disc. I got 2 herniations in my, the last 2 discs in my spine, I have herniations. If you looked at my MRIs, all I have is black. All right, so I am preaching from the pulpit as not only the physical therapist and the medical and as an educated, but I'm also a client. I know all the same stuff because I've had a lot of, I've had the sciatica symptoms. I've had the facet joint. I've had it when my back was locked up for days on end. I've had spinal injections before. So so I know it. I recently had a consultation with a spinal surgeon, and all he said was it's not severe enough for surgery, and referred back to your GP, which is your general practitioner, in the pain clinic. So have to wait again, average Joe. Is it your lumbar? Is it your lower back? My guess is it's probably your lower back. The good thing is you went to a surgeon that wasn't happy knife, because you look hard enough, you look long enough, you'll find a surgeon that will cut on you. I mean, there's always, that's what they love to do. Surgeons love to cut on people. So you actually found yourself a good surgeon that said, wait, you're not bad enough. So you must be doing something. I implore you to look at my stuff. If it's your back, look at my back playlist. If it's your neck, look at my neck playlist. I implore you to give you some free education, all right? Treatment techniques and stuff that you can do at home to master your pain. I mean, what do you got to lose? I've seen a lot of patients come to me that went to physical therapists, and I was like, first thing I ask after a while, I'm like, how long was that therapist young? They'll be like, yeah. Did it look like they maybe out of school a year or 2? Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say that physical therapists coming out of school don't know their stuff, but I'm telling you, when you're a seasoned physical therapist with 20-some years of experience, I can see the writing on the wall when I see a lot of what they do, because sometimes you get a physical therapist and all they do is they throw stuff at the wall and they see what sticks. And then it's like, what the heck did you do? I had this condition since 01, but over the years it's gotten worse. We'll check those playlists you mentioned, my friend. Yeah, I implore you. I mean, the worst case scenario is you're like, yeah, I already know all that stuff. My guess is you don't. My gut's telling me that you don't. That you went to a couple people and they did the basic flexibility or strength and that was it. I go into a lot more detail on different sitting postures that you shouldn't be doing. No recliner chair, no soft sofa, no what I call sacral sitting.
Thumbs up to the host. Thank you so much. What? Guide. What? That's James Guide. I haven't seen James Guide here. Come on. That can't be James Guide. This is James Guide. He does live streams all the time. He's awesome. His brother does an amazing imitation of the Familia Billy USA. His brother, I'm telling you, they're like twins. They look so much alike, it's ridiculous. Now that he's shaved, now he's cleaned up now. Mr. Guide, I've seen him. He's cleaned himself up. He's taken that old raggedy beard off. So he's looking about 25 years younger. But yes, this is Mr. James Guide. He's awesome. He does live streams. He's got lots of content in there for you folks. He does live streams all the time. He does them. It's very funny. He shoots from the hip like I do. You know, he tells it like it is. You know, he's like, hey, you know, he's like, smarten up, otherwise I'm kicking you out. You know, he tries to keep his channel in control and all that stuff and keep it ordered, you know, so he, keeps the spam out and all that other stuff. So if you want to get some good connections, you want to grow your channel, you got to go see Mr. James Guide. He's awesome. He's got membership. He's got membership. You want to get a membership to his channel. He's monetized, so you definitely want to see some of his stuff. He's really cool. So I definitely want you to go over and see him. So that's Mr. James Guide. That's awesome to see Mr. James Guide here. That is cool. Have not seen him yet in the live stream. This is the first time he's been here. So go ahead and welcome him. Hopefully you get some connections. Hopefully some of these people he doesn't know. It's hard to tell. You know, he's pretty big. You guys might have known him from another channel. I'm not too certain. But needless to say, he's got thousands of subscribers. And so he's huge. I've had a bunch of other I've had Familia Billy in here today. I had Miss Blue Jeans, Mr. Blue Jeans, excuse me, Miss Cubs Den in here. They do live streams. I've had Melania from Sweden. She does live streams. She was in here today. Oh shoot, who am I missing that does live streams? I'm sorry if I forgot anybody. I'm not sure Heidi Dream Warrior, I'm not sure if she does. She might do live streams. I am not certain. Maybe she can inform me if she does. ECTB was in here today. Ruben was in here. I've had a ton of Creative Nikki was in here today. So I've had a lot of people in here today. Awesome to see Mr. James Guide up here. That was really cool. Hopefully he can get some new people. Because I don't think he's been in here before. So hopefully he can get some new people. I'm okay, doing okay. USA 26, nice to meet you. There we go. You are awesome, bro. Thank you so much, Mr. James Guide. Hopefully he can get some good connections in here. He's busy. He does his thing all the time. So it's just nice someone big like him can come into a small little live stream like I can. It's much love. Thank you so much. I realize he's got thousands of people, and he does not need to come to me at all. He really doesn't. He's exploded far enough that, the last thing he needs to do is come to a small channel like me. So much appreciated, bro. Thank you so much for coming. Hopefully, you can get some new subscribers, some new watch viewers for you. All right, so I talked about active trigger points, latent trigger points. I talked about whiplash and how these small muscles along the base of the skull that go from the base of the skull to this second vertebrae. Does painkillers work for what I have? As I had some different painkillers, but so far some of them haven't worked sufficiently for me. Much love, brother. Just wanted to stop by. Lots of love. Thank you so much, James. Much appreciated, sir. Thank you so much for coming in. Hopefully, like I said, you get a couple connections. Platinum Gamer, I'm not a medical doctor. Obviously, you are being followed by an MD, pain management. I would say to them, like, hey, so let's start by this. You can have pain from a couple different things. So you can have pain from, let's say, the nerves. All right, that's a certain kind of medication. If it's the nerves, radicular pain, that's giving you symptoms. It could be like gabapentin, Neurontin, Lyrica, some sort of branch of nerve pain medication like that. If you're having muscle spasms and that's what's causing your pain, you'd have to have muscle relaxers like Flexerol or cyclobenzaprine or something along that genre of pain. A lot of times they're really just sleep aids, honestly. They make you groggy. They really, if you're having really muscle spasms, they might even actually put you on a baclofen pill. And if you're just having like joint pain, then they might put you on some sort of narcotic, which they stayed away from a lot nowadays. They might put you on tramadol. Or they might go the anti-inflammatory route. They might put you on 800 milligram ibuprofen. That's a big thing. They might, like I said, put you on tramadol. They might do that. They might put you on naproxen, which is just a prescription form of Aleve. It's 500 milligrams instead of Aleve, which is 250 that you get over the counter at your store. Just like ibuprofen, they're going to give you 800 milligram pill versus the 4 pills in the store. It's 200 milligrams in the store. So it really depends. Mr. Guide says, I think if we follow your position, we can avoid some certain nerve pains. I actually need to work on my posture. Yes, Mr. Guide, I've seen your channel. I've watched you a lot, and I've seen your bad posture. But, hey, I'm in your channel. I don't want to sit there and start spouting off like, hey, you should be doing this and should be doing that. You're doing your thing in your channel. Last thing I need to do is jump on your channel and be telling you, hey, this is what you should be doing with your posture. This is how you can reduce pain. You'd be like, who the heck is this guy? And so I don't want you to kick me out because I like watching your stuff and I like watching your channel. So I want to make sure that I follow your rules. So that's why I never say anything. All right, well, great. So the next time I see you, hopefully I can I'll just do one tip. The next time I go in there, I see your live stream, I'll just do a little 1-tip blurb. Like, hey, you should do this, or hey, you should do that. I'll just do something like that. So whatever I can see what's going on that day, I'll just give you a little blurb. No, I like you. Okay. And okay, Nicole is going on the demon route. She's got demons in her stomach. You have to forgive Nicole. Every once in a while, she goes on a slant. Okay, thanks. Sounds good. All right, so maybe I can give you some tips next time, James. Pro bono. You got a doctorate here in physical therapy with 20 years experience giving you pro bono information. Hey, you can't get that anywhere. I absolutely agree. As well as who else has got a talking skull? I want to know. If you can leave a link down below if you think anybody else that's in the medical field that does YouTube has a talking skull. I'd like to know. Oh, Nina in the UK. Hi, girl. Nina in the UK. Thank you so much for coming. She has been here. She's been here before. I've seen her a while back. She's wonderful. I got Mr. Gype in here. If he's still in here, he does live streams. I've had 37 thumbs up. I've got 10 in the chat. If you want to scroll up the chat and see a lot of people. I'm going to name off 5 big live streamers that I've had today. I've had Familia Billy in the USA. I've had Mr. James Gype that was here. I've had, oh, come on, Joe. Melania Sweden. She's live stream. That's 3. I've had, who else have I had here? Come on. No. I'm getting all these pop-up ads. It's messing me up. Stupid pop-ups. Same here. James got like, my posture isn't always good as I feel more comfortable not always sitting straight. But when I do sit straight, it causes my pain and a lot of it. Well, I want you to find my 3 videos in the back playlist. One on disc, one on spinal stenosis, and one on 3 muscles that cause back pain, lower back pain. I always go over, stay away from sitting like this and start sitting upright. I talk about the magic towel roll, where I talk about putting that towel roll right here so that you can't sit like that. You can't what we call sacral sit. So I talk about that towel roll blocking you, making sure that you're sitting back in the chair, a straight back. No crossing at the knees, no crossing at the ankles. All right? No recliner chair, no soft rocker chair. Stay out of that flex position. Start by lying on your stomach, but 1 or 2 pillows at your belly button with ice on your lower back for 15 or 20 minutes. That's what I want you, if you want to look at my videos, that's what the first thing I talk about. Ice baby to the lower back. Positioning. I need some exercises while waiting for my specialist. I will do that. Well, I always go, not only exercise, I go over different techniques, massage techniques, taping techniques, TENS unit. I do go over stretching and strengthening exercises, as well as positioning techniques that you should be doing. That I go over what you shouldn't be doing, as well as what you should be doing to reduce your pain and what's probably causing your pain in the first place, at least musculoskeletal wise. Hello, Platinum. Nicole says hello. Come on. We got a nice one here. All right. Hello, Nicole. So nice to meet you and see you this evening. Platinum says hello, Nicole. I got to go ahead and refresh you for a second because every once in a while, my chat goes and freezes up on me. Mr. Platinum says, we'll look at those videos and thank you for info advice. It's appreciated by me, so thank you. No problem, but obviously, this is advice. I'm not diagnosing, always liability out there like I do on all my videos. You do have someone following you, but any extra information, I always say, is good information. So knowledge is power. Power is change. That's what I always say. So hopefully I can help you at least a little bit. Especially if you're like, if I show you some techniques that you shouldn't be doing and you are, that's a clear red flag. If you stop doing those, you might have a lot less pain. Something's causing that inflammatory process in your spine to continue. Something you're doing that's continuing to keep that thing irritated. I call it picking at the scab. If you continue to pick at a scab, it never heals. If you continue having that inflammatory process go on in your spine, it will never heal. I've had disc issues for probably 20. I've had disc issues for 20 years. So I know all about disc issues, degenerative disc, herniations, bulges, facet syndrome, and as you can see, I'm fine. I'm asymptomatic. So trust me, you're talking to someone that's not only knows what he's talking about, I have those same problems. So, I mean, if you do what I say, you'll be fine. It's, so that's enough. I've said my piece. Okay, so let me go get something more to drink. My vocal cords are starting to wear. I need something more. I'll be right back. Get some connections. I got 11 people in the house. I got people from all over the place. From the UK, from Italy, from the US, from Canada. I got them from all over the place. I even got a few from Japan now. So get some connections. I got to get something to drink. I'll be right back.
am back. I hope some of you stuck around. As they say, stick and stay. I got 10 still here. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for staying. I had to get some more stuff to wet my whistle. All right, so I got 37 thumbs up. I got 1 thumbs down. No way. I got 1 thumbs down. Oh well, at least they stayed. At least they watched. They stuck around to watch. Yay! They stuck around to watch and gave me a thumbs down. But I do appreciate it. All right, all the thumbs up I appreciate anyways. Okay, so we talked about active and latent trigger points, and we talked about, you know, along the base of the skull here is these tiny little muscles that run along this C2 little spot here. So let me come right in real close to you. See, C1, 36 thumbs up is awesome, Average Joe. Thank you. So, yes, it is awesome, honestly. So, this is C1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 and 7. So, you have 7 vertebrae there. The first first vertebrae does not have a spinous processes. And so that muscle attaches to the C2 area. Very long, but very tiny, very fragile little muscles. So when you are in a car and you get hit from behind and you get that quick snap of your neck, all those tiny muscles give you instant pain in your head and start giving you pain across the top. If you sleep wrong, sleep on your, you know, maybe you fall asleep on the couch, or you sleep in the car and you wake up and you have this headache, it's like, ah. Or if you look down too long, you're looking down, you know, at your phone for a long period of time, you can really overstretch and elongate those muscles at the base of the skull, called your suboccipital muscles, and they can start to give you headaches, you know, right in the old eye sockets too, if they're bad enough. And a good way to stop them is ice. Ice, baby, 15, 20 minutes, at least a couple times a day to get those muscles to calm down pain-wise. I got 7 in the house. 7 in the house. 7 in the house. Okay. Last one I got talking was Platinum Gamer Movie, says 36 thumbs up is awesome. Absolutely. Yeah, I appreciate everybody that's come. Yes, I know what you mean as sometimes experience severe headaches as well. Yes, that's your suboccipital muscles doing that, Mr. Platinum. Absolutely. And they'll give you, they can even give you like not really a visual aura, but they can give you like this real sense of like lightheadedness. Not quite not migraine type headaches, but you know, they give you like this sense of like, oh, you know, and if you could just rest your head down on something for a while, you know, or what some people will do, which is not a bad technique to do, is if you take the tips of your fingers and you run them in on that area, literally on either side of the skull where those muscles are coming from, and you can just kind of lie back on yourself and you can reduce a lot of that tension. You're basically causing a trigger point release in that area. Please call me Tony if it's easier. All right, good, I'll call you Tony. Yes, I know what you, okay, I already said that one. All right, Tony, easy enough. Thank you, Tony. Nice to meet you. And so those muscles along that area do well. I have a video in the neck playlist that talks about suboccipital release that you can do at home. All you do is you can take a towel roll it up, almost like a washcloth. You might be able to go a little bit thicker, but not much, and put some tape around it. And you just lie down your back on that. And you might even need to do some like chin tucks where you pull your chin back. That naturally stretches out those muscle groups, because those muscle groups that I'm talking about, those suboccipital muscles, are actually your nodding muscles. That's your muscle. That's your yes or yep muscle. Those are muscles that actually do that movement. And so if you're having an aggravation in that area or headaches, last thing you want to do is a lot of nodding, because you're just going to aggravate those muscles, because that's their action. That's what they do.
Okay. Bring good old spinning back here for a second. So that's suboccipital muscles. There's a huge muscle group that runs, and I'm going to need Scully for this one. Come over here, Scully. So if we look at the skull from the side view here, this is our jaw. This is our TMJ, our temporal mandibular joint. This is actually how your jaw moves. All right, it actually is a hinge joint. It actually has a disc inside of it, like you have a disc in your spine. And you can get a lot of clicking. We could probably talk, that's a good idea tomorrow. If someone wants to remind me, if you come tomorrow's live stream, I'll talk about TMJ and how sometimes TMJ can give you headaches. And we can kind of go over that. We can go over maybe some treatment techniques for TMJ if you wanted to. That's an idea. I haven't done that yet at all in any of my live streams. So that's an idea if you want to. Whoops. And I also have to fix Scully's head because he's losing it. But this bone back here is called your mastoid bone. Or it's a styloid bone, which is a protuberance, but your mastoid. And so you have a huge muscle that starts back at that spot back here behind your ear. This is your ear right here. And so it runs back behind your ear and runs all the way down and splits. One muscle group, that same muscle attaches to your sternum and also attaches to your collarbone. That's called your sternocleidomastoid muscle, or also known as your SCM. Now that muscle, well, that's your platysma muscle. So I don't think it's going to show up on camera here. But anyways, that muscle can get very irritated. All right, it can even give you a little torticollis if you don't watch out. Normally you see it in babies, but you can get that muscle gets irritated and spastic. You can get torticollis. I've actually treated torticollis in adults. Has been several years, but I've treated that in adults. So that mastoid that sternocleidomastoid muscle is a giant muscle. What's the word I'm looking for? It escapes me. It starts with a B. Bifurcates. There we go. It bifurcates or splits into two separate muscle fibers into that area. And so it's huge. How you stretch, it can give you headaches along if you're having ear pain or ear aches, and the doctor looks in your ear and says, you don't have an ear infection. You might have a lot of neck pain and going into that sternocleidomastoid and giving you pain all in there and giving you earaches as well as headaches. And so that muscle back in there has huge trigger points you can get in that muscle belly because it's a huge muscle for us to do a lot of rotational movements because it is attached in two different spots. So an easy thing to stretch that is you would rotate. So if we're going to stretch this side, you rotate to the opposite side and you drop your head back. When you do that, you're actually stretching that sternocleidomastoid muscle out. Excuse me. All stretches should be done 30 seconds to a minute. Technically, if you can stretch 30 seconds, that's great. But if you can get up to a full minute, that's the best. That's the maximum time that it takes for a muscle fiber to fully lengthen. So that's why. I've said that in the past, but that's the reason. What's the heck? Why 30 seconds? Why a minute? Well, that's why. When the muscle fiber is lengthened to its maximum length is 1 minute. Anything longer than that, you're not doing anything. If anything, you would irritate the tendon or muscle fibers because now you're over lengthening. Anyways, so you don't want to stretch more than that. And the same thing with ice. You don't want to ice no more than 15 to 20 minutes. Because after doing that, you cause what's called vasodilation. So and the blood flow is coming back to the area because what's going on? You're getting too cold. So your body's going to start pulling blood to the area to try and warm it back up. So at that point, you're defeating. So that's why we always say 15, 20 minutes. And then give yourself a while to unthaw so you don't irritate your skin and then rinse and repeat. So that's one main muscle back in there that can give you a lot of headaches. We have
Let's see if I can get Scully back here for a second. We have these muscles along the side of our neck, and there's 3 muscles in there called your scalene muscles. If I remember correctly, you have an anterior, middle, and posterior scalene. All right, running right around the back side here. And so think of them kind of running down the side on both sides. They can give you a lot of pain along in this area. One of them attaches to the first rib, and the first rib, literally, your first rib in your body, it's literally underneath your that collarbone. Literally, it's that close to the top there. So that first rib is right there underneath that clavicle, and that muscle anchors right to it, as well as you have some that attach to the clavicle and then attach on the back side. And so they do a lot of lateral movements here as the scalenes, you know, depending on which side we're talking about. If we're talking about the front, the anterior part helps, the middle, and then the posterior. So those scalene muscles can get really irritated, especially if you're a shrugger. If you're a lot of shrugging, or you're really tense up here all the time, or you have a very forward body, a very forward head, then those muscles along the side, those scalenes, as well as the sternocleidomastoid muscle, can give you a lot of pain in your neck, as well as the giant one that I haven't talked about yet. The giant one is called your upper trapezium, or upper trapezius muscle group. There's 3 of those. There's an upper, middle, and lower, basically expanding your entire neck and most of your back. And, excuse me, the upper trapezius is an L shape. And so if we look at this way, and this is kind of like your shrugging muscle, and that runs all the way, think of it like the letter L. It runs all the way up on the skull, runs the entire cervical spine, and runs over to your shoulder blade. So that's a huge muscle group there that does that shrugging. It can get very knotted up. Muscle's very thin. Muscle's not bulky. Like people think they think muscles are bulky and bulgy. They're not. They're very thin tissue, and and they move. They're in all different directions. The muscles aren't just in one plane. They're in all different, crossing each other all different ways. And so that upper trapezium, or what we call upper trap, or UT for short, runs along the entire base of the skull and all the way down on either side, all the way out to the tips here. And you can get a lot of pain in that. And so that's very easy to work on, just a nice little massage in this area. And you can get a lot of trigger points because there's a lot of tension in there on some people. So that can give you a lot of referral pain into your neck, down into your shoulders. So when you see the different layers that I've talked about, the deeper layer of the levator scapula that was attached to the top of the shoulder blade that runs to the neck on this side, as well as those scalene muscles, as well as the sternocleidomastoid muscle, they can all generate pain, as well as those deep suboccipital muscles, or your nodding muscle, can give you a lot of pain. Those are kind of the basic big muscle groups and smaller muscle groups that tend to give you pain. Now realize you do have a lot of other muscle groups in your neck that can give you some pain. Tony, so the headache pain comes from the upper spine at my neck. Yes, it's probably coming from either one of those muscle groups that I talked about. Either your levator scapula is getting things irritated, the suboccipital muscles are also being irritated. You might have a too much forward head that over elongates your sternocleidomastoid muscle. And so a lot of these muscles that I talked about can give you a lot of pain in those areas. I got 6 people in the house. 131 minutes. Oh man, I've gone way over 2 hours. Whoa. Yes, so I got 7 in the house right now. I've had a lot more. 38 thumbs up altogether. Beautiful. 38 thumbs up, 1 thumbs down. Can't win them all. All right, 8 in the house. Look at it. They keep rolling back in. Beautiful. All right. Yes, Tony. So that is true. So those muscles along the sides, that levator scapula, that shoulder blade, it can click.
It can get grindy. It can get poppy, especially if you start like I'm doing. I'm rotating that shoulder blade around, and I know right where that muscle group is. So it's very easy. It's very clicky and grindy, that area is. Even as someone that has upright posture like I do all the time, it's very easy for that area to get irritated and start referring pain up into the neck and shoulder area. So I have that playlist on the neck and kind of give you some ideas about that. So I'm going to go ahead and end this live stream. I want to thank you all for coming. Scully wants to thank you all for coming. I will be back tomorrow, somewhere probably around 1, 2 o'clock, a little bit earlier than I did today's live stream on the East Coast. We're going to talk probably about, like I said, TMJ, temporomandibular joint. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about maybe some more types of headaches and what you can do, and answer anybody else's questions. So, like Scully and I always say, we want to look up and keep smiling. All right, see you folks tomorrow. Or if not, have a nice weekend. I'll see you next time.